Hey everybody! Look who it is! Look right next to me. It's the co-Edmar. I am so excited for today's live stream for many reasons. First of which is that Ashley Goldstein is joining us. Hey Ashley, how you doing?
Hey Edmar, I'm co-Edmar for today.
I'm very flattered. We're both very excited for today's live stream. We're bringing on individuals from one of our favorite schools, which is Savannah College of Arts and Design, otherwise known as SCAD. Amazing program. Ashley and I have both been there at different times, visiting the campus, hanging out with the students, involved with some of the great programs and activities. And we have a great activity to show off today, a great project that a bunch of students actually worked on that kind of caught your interest, right, Ashley? And we've got so many developers that are into Gaussian Splats, and what they were able to do and make it all work within a browser is pretty impressive. The whole team's not here, but we have two members of the team, but we also have a couple members of the faculty who's kind of introduce SCAD to people who might not know what SCAD is, and talk about some of the programs and also introduce the project. But before we begin with that, Ashley, we just started something called Build of the Week to kind of kick off these live streams. And I'm very excited about it because what we do is every week we have a different person showing off something internal, like an internal project, right? I know our great colleague Richard Yartlett will be presenting a nice project next week. But tell me a little bit about what Build of the Week is and why we're doing it why we're doing it like in these little quick segments at the beginning of the live streams.
Okay, so build of the week, you know what's so funny? Internally, we love to use acronyms. Like that's a big thing at NVIDIA. So I kept seeing like BOTW, and I knew what build of the week was, but I wasn't piecing two together. And I thought we were doing something with like Zelda. And I was like, I haven't beat the game yet. I can't look at this. I haven't beat the game. Anyway, it stands for build of the week. And we're doing this to showcase all of the really amazing experiments that we do internally. We released a GitHub repository called Omniverse Labs, and there's actually a whole GitHub IO page that was built for it too. We'll have to post a link in the chat here in a little bit, but it's like nvidia-omniverse.github com/omniverse something like that. It's really long, but this is where we've been posting a lot of these experiments that our product teams are doing, that our tech marketing teams are doing, and it's ways for us to kind of stress test our own Omniverse libraries. So we have OVRTX, OVPhysics, we have so many more libraries coming out, and these are tools that were built for agents. And here at NVIDIA, we have Claude, we have Codex, we have Nemo Claw. Like there's all these different ways, but we want to make sure that we can build the way that we want to build. So all of us kind of get together and build these cool applications and make it easier than ever to put Omniverse into something that already exists or is like a fun idea. And so we want to show that out to the world and not just like have it be buried under documentation. So build of the week is a really fun way to be like, hey, look what we're doing. And we want you to be able to ingest this as well. So any of these build of the weeks are going to be eventually up on the Omniverse Labs page so that you can download them, you can use them with the library, you can use them with your agents, and you can build your own applications using Omniverse core capabilities that we all know and love.
And it's so interesting how fast you can actually do this. And as a great example, our Ashley and his colleague Christian Atkinson put this together just actually yesterday, I think. So I'm going to play this quick video. It's about 3 minutes long, but you're all going to love it. We'll put some links while the video's playing in the chat, and then we're going to come back after the show and tell of the Build of the Week. We're going to come back with all the great folks from SCAD and dive into how to build a 3D world with AI and Gaussian splatting. So let's watch this video from our colleague Christian for this week's Build of the Week.
This is OVRTX Variant Studio, a lightweight local web app for exploring USD variants in a live RTX viewport. It can open a USD stage, switch variants, move between cameras, build a sequence, and render stills or an MP4 video. This video is about showing what becomes possible when you combine AI-assisted coding, NVIDIA skills, and lightweight NVIDIA libraries. I did not write a single line of code. I started from the NVIDIA skills that were released for Computex. I used AI to build a focused local app around one workflow, open an existing USD scene, explore its variants live, sequence them, and render useful output. The app has 3 simple parts. First, the browser is the control surface. It lets me choose variants, cameras, timeline clips, and render settings. Second, the local RTX engine does the heavy work. OVRTX renders the USD scene on my workstation. OVStream sends the live rendered image back to the browser as video. The app receives clicks and turns them into render commands. Third, the outputs are the things that I can use. A live viewport, rendered stills, MP4 videos, labels, and cut sheets. The important detail is that the browser is not rendering USD geometry. It is a clean control panel plus a live video stream. Here's what the workflow looks like. I open a USD stage, such as the NVIDIA concept car sample. Variant Studio scans the scene and finds the available variant sets and cameras. In Configure, I switch variants live and see the result immediately in the RTX viewport. I can snap to authored cameras, adjust the look, and save framing. I can also compose and preview a turntable camera to be used in the track view. In Grid, I can choose which variants to render. Instead of blindly rendering every possible combination, I can keep the sweep controlled and useful. In Timeline, I sequence variants and cameras over time. Scrubbing the timeline drives the live viewport. Then I can render the sequence as an MP4. In Results, I can preview rendered output such as MP4s and still images, as well as creating overlay labels on the imagery to embed them with the variant set that they were rendered out with. I can also create a cut sheet, which is a single image containing all variants in the output directory. It will also embed the variant set name and the variant name for each image on the sheet. The reason this works is that each piece has a focused job. OVRTX renders, OVStream streams, Pixar libraries understand the USD scene, Fast API gives the app a small control surface. The browser stays simple. That is the value of lightweight libraries. The AI does not have to invent a giant platform. It can help assemble a focused workflow from reliable parts. This also keeps the architecture explainable. The browser chooses the local RTX engine renders, and the viewer gets live video plus finished media. The takeaway is that AI-assisted coding becomes much more useful when it is grounded in the right libraries and the right domain guidance. With OVRTX, OVStream, and the NVIDIA skills as a starting point, a practical RTX workflow can be created in a short amount of time. The foundation for this application was stood up in just a few hours. From that point, you can rapidly explore new ideas and features.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for putting that together, Christian. Amazing doing that on a pretty fast time frame. Ashley shared a link earlier that I put in the chat for Omniverse Lab. I'm going to put it on the screen so people can see how easy it is there. Check out the Omniverse Labs page. I think it'll be very helpful to you. We're also going to update the video description with more information from Christian. He gave me a bunch of links, including the link for that great concept car that was there, so you can grab all the assets you need easily. But thanks again, Christian. Thank you for everyone for watching that. And we'll be looking forward to more of these, introducing every live stream. Okay, so now I'm very excited. Let's teleport our guests up from beautiful SCAD. Let me see. Let me bring them up one at a time. Here's Deborah. Here's Dancy. Here's Aaron. And here's Itim. So happy to have all of you with us today. So first, I want to say, Ashley, tell me, because you're the one who kind of brought this to our attention. Tell me about what's so exciting about this and what kind of piqued your interest.
I mean, all of the work that the students do at SCAD is so fascinating, and to really see so much of the research come out from the last couple of quarters, especially from Professor Fowler's, Deborah's team. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. It's just been eye-opening to like the work that we're doing at NVIDIA with physical AI and Gaussian splatting, seeing it in another creative light is cool, because like it's transformative. There's no other way to put it. It's transformative. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what the project is that we're spotlighting today, but I will let the students then take over and talk more about the pipeline, because like what was so amazing about what I was seeing coming from Professor Fowler's group was they were building this living, breathing 3D garden that like I really felt we could just like touch it, we could explore it, we could paint with it, and we can just iterate on it in real time and not have to download anything. And everything's just like living right inside our browser. So today we're spotlighting Splat Garden. That is the interactive 3D world that was built by the students at Savannah College of Art and Design. This team has authored this lush garden. They used Houdini, Unreal Engine, OpenUSD, and trained the 3D Gaussian Splats that render in real time over WebGL. It's all powered by their NVIDIA Blackwell GPUs and their SCAD AI lab. It is a really fantastic look at how Gaussian Splats have evolved beyond their initial use case of world building for robotics, but now world building into creative experiential designs. And so this was applied research that was built over 2 quarters, and I'm thrilled that we have 2 of the teammates on here today, Dancy and Item, and they'll be walking us through the whole pipeline from authoring into deployment. So we'll talk more about that today as well.
Amazing. Okay, so that is super helpful. And I think to give even broader context about what SCAD is, I have a great video that will start playing, and then Erin's going to come back in a second and tell us a little about how SCAD has been evolving and how they're adapting. This has been really, really interesting video. So check this out. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Like, if I could go to school, I would definitely go here.
It's seriously the most beautiful campus. I would have thrived here.
Hey, SCAD. I'm so glad to be here.
I absolutely love SCAD.
I love SCAD too. I love it more than John Krasinski.
SCAD is where the future of all creative industries is reimagined. Our graduates not only know how to excel in their industries, but they know how to innovate and create change.
I had never seen anything like that before. It's really just the foundation of how to build a business and how to be an entrepreneur.
SCAD is where creativity knows no bounds. It's where imagination and passion come together to inspire and innovate.
The resources are endless. As a student, I really took advantage of those resources to absorb as much knowledge as I could.
It's like an actor's paradise, a filmmaker's paradise. You get access to everything and makes me want to go to school here.
I'm on my way to my dream career because of SCAD.
I love everything that SCAD represents. The curriculum, the programs, the facilities here, just the whole culture. It's absolutely incredible.
SCAD gave me the foundation that I needed, and it really built me up to the person that I am today. Once you're a SCAD bee, you're forever a SCAD bee.
I'm just in the middle of filling out my application to be a student at SCAD. I don't know who wouldn't want to go to school. And I have to tell you, I've been to SCAD, as I said earlier. That's exactly what it looks and feels like when you're on campus. It's actually phenomenal. So you can believe Emily Blunt and all the others. I've been in that lot. Such a great experience. So Erin, tell me a little bit about your role at SCAD and how SCAD has kind of transformed itself in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I'm Erin O'Leary. I'm one of the academic vice presidents at SCAD, and I have the privilege of overseeing several of our strategic units at the university, including SCAD Ask, our applied research unit that oversees our annual AI summit, as well as academic AI integration into our program. So I'm excited to share a little bit of context about SCAD. Now, SCAD was founded in 1978 by our current president, Paula Wallace. So what that means is we are a founder-led institution. And so we operate a bit like a startup in that we are really fast and nimble, especially when it comes to curriculum. And that's because our mission has always been career-driven. We prepare talented students for creative professions. And so what that has led to is that we are now the largest design university in the world.
Wow.
We offer more than 100 different degree programs from a wide variety of different disciplines. So everything from animation to architecture, industrial design, film, television, acting. But one thing that really surprises people about our university is that a majority of our programs are actually STEM related. We lean really heavily into creative business and creative technology. So Edmar, if you could show the STEM at SCAD video now to see some of the student work that's coming out of our design studios.
Okay, here we go. This is about a minute long.
I just want to say really quick how much I love that, because I actually have a background in teaching art myself. And one of my biggest parts of what I was teaching was that STEAM was an important part of the curriculum. You needed art to have creativity in your science and technology, engineering, and mechanics.
Very cool.
Absolutely. And those 2 EV cars that you saw in the video, those were not only designed and concepted by our students, but actually built and are fully street legal. And they did that in less than a year. We built a car in Atlanta and in Savannah from a very collaborative interdisciplinary group of students at each location.
I love it. Yeah, one of the things I've always found really interesting about SCAD is that how you really engage and collaborate with real companies, Fortune 500 companies, to actually have the students work with these companies on real projects.
Absolutely. And that gets to my next slide. It also is a unique way that we approach curriculum, is working directly with industry. So for example, in 2015, Google came to us after talking to several other R1 institutions and said, we want to build a talent pipeline of UX designers who understand more than just how to code. We want to make sure they understand design aesthetics, that they understand human factors, that they know how to collaborate and communicate with the engineers. And so in just 4 months, we created the world's first BFA program in UX design in partnership with Google. And we've done this a couple times. A couple years later, L'Oreal came to us and they had a similar task for us. They said, we are tired of hiring business majors who then have to go through an entire year-long training program to understand the unique qualities of the beauty business. And so we created a BFA program in collaboration with L'Oreal on the business of beauty and fragrance. But we don't just wait for industry to come to us with their talent needs. We also bring the industry to SCAD, just as we've brought NVIDIA to SCAD several times. And we do conduct our own applied research as well, because we want to make sure that our students are future-proofed for the careers, not just of today, but for the careers several years from now, as much as we can. And annually, we do that with the SCAD AI Summit, which is hosted by SCAD Ask, the applied research unit at SCAD. And through a series of workshops, roundtables, panels, and more, we glean insights into how AI is changing design and design education. And so we stay connected, though, to this top leadership team from major creative technology companies to make sure that we are constantly enriching our curriculum. So as a result of insights gleaned, we completely reimagined foundation studies at SCAD. So there's design fundamental classes that every one of our students take. It also led to the integration of AI education and application into every single one of our programs. And more recently, it led to the creation of our newest degree program, a Bachelor of Design in Applied AI. But it's not just our applied AI majors who are leading the way with exploration and invention when it comes to AI. At this year's summit, NVIDIA graciously sponsored a 48-hour AI jam, exploring new possibilities for simulation and digital twins. And we had about 70 students from our locations in Atlanta and in Savannah from a variety of disciplines, including visual effects, interactive design and game development, animation, motion media, UX, and more. And multiple of the jam projects have led to product launches, including Splat Garden, that we'll get to explore today. So I'm really excited to now hand things over to Dr. Deborah Fowler. She'll provide an overview of Splat Garden. Dr. Fowler holds a PhD in computer graphics, where her research focused on procedural techniques for plant development. She went on to create foliage for Toy Story and later served as a senior member of the lighting and modeling team at Pixar. We are lucky that SCAD has had her as a visual effects professor for 16 years now. And with that, I'd love to turn things over to Dr. Fowler.
Amazing.
Thank you, Erin. Hi, I'm Deborah Fowler. At SCAD, I teach proceduralism, problem solving, and professional collaboration in a multidisciplinary environment with a focus on preparing students to tackle complex real-world production challenges. We're very excited to introduce Splat Garden, a web-deployable interactive experience that spans AI tools, 3D GS, simulation, and live interaction. The initial conversations for this pilot project stemmed from seeing some of the early work using OpenUSD and AI integration in production. With rapid developments in AI, as well as conversations with our industry partners and mentors, we knew we needed to stay at the forefront in the way we prepare our students. When setting up this project, we wanted to create a space where graduate students can work together to share ideas and build an experience that's engaging while tapping into cutting-edge practices. I led a team of students to bring Splat Garden to life. Each member was selected based on their thesis topics and research interests, all under a theme of plant visualization and emerging technology. SCAD emphasizes innovation and creation in a student-focused environment, and it was in this spirit that we went to work in the newly formed AI lab at SCAD, which is powered by NVIDIA Blackwell GPUs. Beginning in January of this year, the project spanned 2 10-week quarters from research and development to building the WebGL experience. The first quarter focused on R&D. The second quarter moved into production while still pushing the boundaries of what was achievable in 10 weeks. Each student had their specific area of specialization, including the development of custom AI tools for stylization, effects with Gaussian splats, and VAT animation driven in real time, to name a few. The goals were to integrate AI techniques and USDs into the pipeline, as well as to create a visual that would bring the individual work together. To prepare our students not just for the future, but for today's needs, it's important to immerse them in new AI technologies. No time to wait, it's happening now. And 2 of our students, Dancy and Item, will now present Splat Garden.
Amazing. Well, thank you. And I have to say, I don't think a lot of people who have not worked on foliage realize how challenging foliage can be to work with. And it's definitely come a long way. Took me a little while to pronounce it, actually, but it is a good word to know if you're in the industry. So would you guys, well, let's introduce the students first. Then I have a quick video we can show to kick us off. But why don't you start with Item?
Hi, everyone. I'm Item. I'm a visual effects student at SCAD. I'm really excited to be here.
We're excited to have you here. Thanks for coming. And you brought your friend Dancy here.
Hi everyone, I'm Dancy. I just graduated from SCAD. I'm going to have a full-time job as a digital twin engineer as well.
Get out of here. That's amazing. Well, congratulations on both fronts. That's really cool.
Thank you.
And you're just 2 members of a larger team, right? How big was the team altogether?
Yeah, we have 7. Yeah.
7. Wow. Okay, cool. Do you want me to start with the video, or do you want to introduce anything first?
Yeah, please start with the video.
All right, let's watch the video, and everybody buckle up. This is really cool. Now we're going to get into the meat of everything. We'll be back in just a few seconds. This is a really great, short video. Amazing. And you got the domain for it too.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so tell us all about it.
Yeah, could you share my screen, please?
Sure. Let me see. Here we go.
Yeah. Oh, it's the other one.
Oh, move that one.
Thank you.
And this one.
Yes.
Okay, we can see it.
Yeah, thank you so much. And hello again, everyone, and thank you so much joining us today. We are so excited to share with you our project, Splat Garden. But before we dive in, allow me to introduce our team first. There were 7 of us. We have Ben, Ichi, Ichen, Yi, Cindy, Denzi, which is also here with us, and me, Itim. And also, we would like to thank Professor Fowler, Executive Director Nandik Jav, and Vice President Erin O'Leary for supporting us throughout this project. And huge thanks to NVIDIA for lending us the amazing Blackwell GPUs and side effect for Houdini support. And with that, let's get into it. So as Professor Fowler mentioned, everyone in our team had different area of interest, and bringing all of that into one cohesive output was a really real challenge for us. But then Dancy came up with this cool idea to build a single environment where assets from everyone's research can live together in context, and that's Splat Garden. So right now we have a real-time interactive portfolio showcase that you can access like anytime, anywhere with any device. In this browser, instead of just use mouse and keyboard to navigate, we can use like hand gesture to move around freely in the environment, so you can see every asset from any angle at any distance. And you can find information like software and technique that we use, and also full technical breakdown of every asset in the scene, just clicking on it. And Splat Garden isn't just for technical audiences. We want it to be a place where anyone can step in, have fun in their own way. And a fellow artist could dive into a technique and pipeline where anybody else, like from small kids to my parents, can play with the interactive effects that we can see right here on the screen.
That's wild.
It's really important that our parents,
yeah.
I think if it can get past our parents, it can get past anyone.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. So so the environment that you saw in the browser is from it's a Gaussian Splat version of this scene we built in Unreal Engine. And right now, let's step inside and take a look at how we create each asset. So there are 7 assets in this scene, and we use 4 main techniques to bring them to life. First, we use PCG, procedural content generation, to populate the scene in Unreal Engine, and custom AI tool to speed up stylized texture workflow as well. And then we use Splat, which is vertex animation texture for interactive asset in Unreal Engine. And last but not least, we use simulations like Vellum and particle simulation in Houdini as well. And here's how our team, Ichen and Yi, grow flowers for us. So they built custom plant growth tools in Houdini for grape Python and daffodils with procedural parameter they created. So we can we can have like complete control of the growth. And on top of that, we also apply Vellum simulation to make sure that every part of the flower won't intersecting, and to make them actually like grow, not just scaling up. And we then give this gray model some color and style by using our custom AI stylization tool to create painterly stylized texture based on the style reference that we showed. And this tool will combine shapes extracted from the original texture with style from the reference. So we have like a base layer that is like stylized, and then we input that into Houdini Copernicus network or Substance Painter to like further add detail and then have like adjustment. Like so. And for the gazebo and statue, which are the hero acts in the scene, and like to like draw attention to them. So beyond just building them in Unreal Engine, we convert them to Gaussian Splat, and then see we'll dive into it exactly how we did that in a moment. And then we brought them into Houdini, where we can apply particles and pyro simulation directly to the splat, and so we have this interesting effect. So right now I'm gonna hand it over to Nancy to talk more about the other assets.
Thank you, Item. So beyond the Houdini simulation, we also pushed into some real-time exploration. For instance, instead of baking it, we used a motion graphic function in Unreal Engine to drive the vine growth. That gave us a lot of more flexibility to art direct. And then on top of that, we built a Python pipeline that goes from MediaPipe through OSC into Unreal. You'll see me in the lower corner. So when I raise my hand, I am able to control the VAT animation for the dapto as well as the statue. So, and also please allow me to shout out to our team members, Ichi and Xinyi, for making the assets. And now we had a gorgeous garden environment in Unreal Engine. What's next? Our team had so much fun playing with apps like Luma AI and Polycam. So scanning the surroundings with us had a lot of fun. We actually take this as a spark. Why not do it virtually? So we captured the image sequence in Unreal Engine, then brought them into PostShot to get a 3D.js asset. And now we captured the photos, we chained the 3D.js asset, and let's talk about the WebGL build. I think, could you click that again? Okay, so as Ashley said, we really want to pass through this to our parents. We didn't want this just only works on our machine. We really want to create something everyone could experience and be ready to share anytime. So that's why we went to WebGL. And I think click again, thanks.
Well, look at it. I mean, so many great comments. I have to pause here for a second. Everyone is kind of blown away. I'm trying to keep up with putting them on the screen. But look at this last one. Navigating the garden on my phone, and it works amazingly well. Super cool project. Very cool. There are just so many good comments. So continue on. It's just really fantastic.
So first of all, it's build a base for the website. And we also want to carry forward something we built earlier at the AI Jam, which is a voxelization tool that transfers our 3D.js asset to a Minecraft world. So the idea is for each point of the splat, we place the mesh instance at that location. So one mesh will replicate like thousands or millions of the points using USD's point instancer. So that idea became the starting point. From there, we're able to assemble our technical framework. So we're using Spark as 3D.js renderer, 3D.js as 3D framework, as well as Byte6 for tool building. So here we got our first layer for the WebGL. And the layer 2 is hand checking. But this time, no install, no setup. It just runs in the browser. And for the layer 3 and 4 is what we did differently because we had the background as 3D and visual effect artist. So we developed the real-time effects on the splats, and the layer 4 is a post-processing effect that we're able to change the mood of the whole scene as well as the artistic style. So, okay, let's jump into our live demo section. Edma, could you put up my screen? Sure.
Yeah. See, I think I got it. Move this one and add this one. This one, right?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yep.
So the link is SplatGarden.com. Feel free to jump in and experience with us. So let's start with the basics. The navigation follows the same language as the most 3D platforms. So the left mouse to orbit, right to pin, scroll to zoom in and zoom out. And by clicking the viewport panel, we're able to recenter it anytime. Also, as Etienne mentioned before, we're able to navigate the scene with our hands. So we could activate by clicking the left corner panel, which is hand tracking panel. So we got one hand, and we can orbit from our pinch. And if we got two hands, we're able to zoom in, zoom out, also pan.
That's amazing. All in real time.
I will leave it here and feel free to try it by yourself.
So smooth, so smooth.
Thank you. So now let me get into the core, which is we're able to toggle 3D.js and point cloud of it. And we're also able to change the point size of it. And we also could experience the OpenUSD format in real time. The shape and the size are all configurable. And from here, I'm diving into the layer 3, which is the click effects. So from here, the scene becomes playable. We can click anywhere, and the splats are able to trigger a real-time simulation. We could also change the radius, duration, intensity of that. We also got a few more presets. For example, the pause. We got a lot of fun play with the splats. Next, let's move on to the post effects. The post process. So here we got bloom, vignette, chromatic aberration. It's mostly personal taste. Feel free to play around with it. And we also got a HDRI sky that could be a background of the Splat Garden. Okay, and we also explored some more interesting facts like lens distortion and kaleidoscope, and highly recommend to play with us using the gesture so we could have some more amazing moving images whatever we want.
Wow.
Okay. So next we're going to having the plainly style. So it allows us to render the scenes through different artistic eyes, and we're able to tweak the parameters as well. We have so much more to explore at this SplatGarden.com. And I really wanted to highlight we archived the whole process of the assets making. So if we click the label on that, we're able to walk through the breakdown of how we made it. And
wow,
also interactable.
That is so helpful.
Thank you. And for instance, the particle label here. So here we document our team member Yi-Chen. He's trying to use the traditional particle system for the simulation in Houdini. So it actually inspired us to make the collective effects in real time. So we document everything we did in 2 quarters. And here we also visualized the training cameras of the real environment. And finally, it's the credit. Please let me thank you for the NVIDIA team for giving us the opportunity to share our work today. There is so much more inside SplatGarden.com, and feel free to experience and share it with your family, parents.
Oh.
And we'll be presenting the work at SIGGRAPH in LA this summer as well. We'd love to meet you and share more with you at that time. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I'm so glad you'll be at SIGGRAPH and that you mentioned that. A bunch of us will be going there. I'll be there. So if you're going in the audience, let us know. We can definitely include you in some activities there. SIGGRAPH is just weeks away, actually, in July in LA. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there in person. I can't tell you, like I said a minute ago, we're getting so many amazing comments. People are kind of blown away, and some really great questions, I think, too. So congratulations, number one, to all your full team, and anyone who's watching. You guys and girls did a great job. Really impressed. Very impressed. And we've got a very I'll say very smart viewers on this program, and they are impressed. That means something. It's hard to impress some of these folks. I see great comments here from Omniverse Ambassador Dylan Tobin. Let me put this on the screen. Actually, he's got a good question. Incredible work. Just curious, how might one think about applying collision behaviors or physics to an extremely complex scene such as? Have you guys messed around with that?
I can answer that question. For the AI Jam, we actually did the voxelization tool in Unreal Engine, and then because the USD format, we are using a mesh instance for each of the point, so it automatically brings the mesh collision of that point. So if we're using our open source tool to transfer 3D.js to a Minecraft world, that we are able to have the collision behavior.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. That's a great question and comment. Jesus Homingo is joining us. I love Jesus. We met at GTC Taipei recently from Screaming Eagle Technology. He's their Chief Cloud and AI Officer. Jesus, thanks for watching all the great comments you've been posting. Okay, let me see. We've got another good comment here. Incredible work. I wish I was as talented as all of you. If someone wanted to build a digital twin for vertical farming, how hard is it to add new types of plants and simulating growth scenarios? That's interesting. Have you guys thought about that? What do you think about that?
That might be a question for Professor Fowler with her extensive background in foliage and VFX.
Questions.
Yeah,
or as my friends like to say, foliage, because he doesn't know how to pronounce it.
Foliage.
I always correct him. He always says foliage. Yeah, so what do you think, Professor?
I think it'd be very interesting to explore. I think that much like the collision detection question, these are definitely difficult problems that would require some research, but new types of plants is actually one of the topics that one of our students, Yuchen, is working on a small tool to build. Simulating growth scenarios, that's part of our goals as one of the areas that one of our graduate students is working on in terms of plant development. So procedural techniques are just the best thing to apply. And I know that there are many people working on this area, including my past research, but there's different approaches to take and definitely something that would be of interest. Who knows, maybe we'll do a project in that as well that's more specific to that. But definitely it would be challenging, definitely challenging.
Well, of course. Let me see. Of course, I would expect. Go ahead, Ashley. Go ahead. Co-Edmar, what were you going to say?
Actually, I'm Edmar's bestie right now.
Oh,
so I definitely want to get on Papa Chuck's question too, but I think I kind of have like a little like side tangent that's related to what we were just talking about. Like someone said in the comments here, they did something similar with like tomato plants and the growth data through an entire life cycle. It was trillions of points lately. So when using like G-splats instead of like real geometry, so this is for the students Item and Dancy, like what are the benefits of like using Gaussian splats for this kind of workflow?
So first of all, I think we can see like so with Gaussian Splat, we can see like the it will look like the real object instead of like just points. So yeah, so it's in terms of managing and building like concept, it's very helpful than just like seeing the points. Yeah, that's from my perspective.
I can add a little bit more because I'm recently freelancing at a 4D startup. So we are like capture the performance of the actors, and then we are able to simulate 4D splats at that time. So I feel like it will be a game changer for future AI real time as well as film production as well. So I feel like 3D Splat a like middle part of the renovation, and we will got more.
Very cool. All right, and so let's get back to. Oh, actually, so this is super exciting. I don't do this as often as I should probably, but Jesus, I just mentioned a minute ago, was watching a live stream. He was one of the first ones to join and was really excited about this topic and wanted to dive in. I had such a good time with this next gentleman I'm going to bring on the screen. This is really spur of the moment. I said, hey, why don't you come on and chat with us for a minute? So, Jesus, how are you?
Hello. I'm so happy to be here.
Okay.
Good thing you were dressed and ready.
I know.
Exactly.
So, Jesus, tell us a little about yourself for a second and your company, and then tell me what your view is of what you saw today.
Yeah, my name is Jesus Hormigo. I'm a Chief of Cloud and AI at Screaming Eagle Technologies. We do work in a different field than the one that you're showing. It's a representation of elements in the underground for civil engineering. However, I'm so fascinated by what you guys do and what you just showed that I was sending all these messages out of heart.
I think it's pretty wild, and especially that these was basically students that it really speaks a lot to SCAD and
Absolutely.
You're a great program. So Dancy, you're going to work on digital twins next, right? At your next company. Are you allowed to say the company, or did you mention it already?
It was a startup invested by SoftBank Robotics.
Okay, cool. All right, so you're going to be in robots, which brings up our next comment here that we alluded to a second ago from Papa Chuck, our community fan favorite. He wants to get his robots in this. Is this a PLY file or a USD file?
So for the website, it allows us to drop in any kind of PLY files, and we are actively developing more. Like we can export the USD file later on. So whenever we drop in a PLY, we're able to export a USD later. And we're also trying to have some more interesting features, like we can upload an image and then automatically got us to a Splat and then USD.
Oh, very interesting. Okay, well, that's cool. And Jesus, feel free to jump in at any time and ask a question.
I have a question here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever tried Quill in Oculus. It's a tool that allows you to draw in 3D world. I think this is so much near to that, and it could bring so much liveliness, like being able to interact the way that you just showed with all these buttons, but instead of using a GUI within a virtual, completely immersive environment, like Oculus could be incredible. Just magic.
That's a great idea,
actually.
Yeah, we should definitely try that. Thank
Please
you.
do.
That's a great idea. And we're getting this other question coming in from YouTube. Let me see. So I'm currently training Gaussian Splatting for building digitization, but I'm running into a lot of issues with glass surfaces and drone control. Any tips or experience you could share on this?
I could
Probably
share.
don't have a lot of glass. Probably there's not a lot of glass in your garden. So that's a little dangerous, but I don't know. Have you fooled around with glass though?
We do have some like subsurface scattering, but not glasses. Recently, I read an article that is for Reflect 3D.js that will cover the content you're asking. And for the capture question, I really wanted to, if I have more time, I really wanted to build a tool inside Unreal Engine to like set up a volume, and that will have the capture matrix in that volume to help us to capture the environment easily and efficiently. So that is our next step as well.
And Jesus, remind me, what platform are you usually use, Jesus?
We have done work in Unity in the past. I think it goes without saying that Unreal's abilities to represent lighting are much far ahead in this case. But currently we are doing our work of representation of the underground world in Isaac, in Omniverse, actually.
Great.
Yes.
Amazing. That's always great to hear. And sorry, did I cut you off? Were you about to say something?
I was just going to agree. I think that subsurface scattering is a really difficult. To render it out is really difficult. To be able to capture it and turn it into a Gaussian splat is also very difficult. And this person might want to look into using the NURIC library. So that enables you to take multiple photos of your object, take it throughout the day, especially if you're doing drone control. The way the sun is hitting it or a light nearby might change the image that you're capturing. So capture lots of different images of it throughout the day, and then use the NURIC library to help you piece that together to create a Gaussian splat.
That is such a good idea. Okay, I'm putting that link in the chat right now. So I'll put it on the screen also so everybody can see it. Super easy address to get to for NUREC. docs.nvidia.com/NUREC. Okay, so that's there. Very cool. All right, so we're getting some great comments. Let me see. Here's another question from good old Papa Chuck. How can I add collisions and meshes? Is there a way to convert to OpenVDB?
Item, do you want to cover this?
Yeah. For this one, we haven't tried it on WebGL yet, but we tried it in Houdini before. Yeah. So if we have like Gaussian Splat, we can use VDB from particles, and then we can play with that and then convert it to like polygon. Yeah. So we can have mesh. Yeah.
Wow,
but we would like to try in here as well.
We got a request. I want to know deep dive into system architecture. It is so crazy. But are you sharing any more information on LinkedIn or on blogs about going deeper on it from a technical perspective? You actually have. It looks like you have a lot of insight on the website already.
In fact, all the students were required to create blogs for the entire duration of the project. So they all have very, very detailed blogs.
Are those public?
Yes, they are, and they're on each individual website. So those websites are linked on the credits in the project as well. So there's information in the project, but there's also deeper dives into each one of their topics of research on their websites.
Whose blogs were the best on the team? Who had the best?
I had an amazing team.
That's by a great professor. Okay, great. That's great. Yeah, it must be fun to work on a project with a group collaborative. You could do so much more as a group, but it's also sometimes raises challenge, right? And I guess that's probably where you come in, Professor, helping to make sure everyone's communicating the right way and interacting the best way. What were some of the challenges that the team faced on this? And how long ago did you guys start it?
We started in January. Sorry.
January.
Who would you like to answer first?
I can go first. So because this is like a research, it's we cannot like have we don't know what result we're gonna get. So it's kind of a bit risky, but yeah, it's fun to try like what we're gonna get and like how much we can push. Yeah, so that's the best thing, and that's also a challenge as well. We might like end up with like complete failure, like successful failure. That's what we call it. Yeah, so it's a bit risky, but in a way it's kind of fun.
I had a professor in college that said strive to fail, and it was the best way to represent how you learn, and I live by that to this day.
Yeah.
Very cool. And he has just, I don't know why, I always thought the name of the company was Screaming Eagle, and it's Screening, which makes so much more sense now.
It's funny because it comes from a Californian wine origin. There's a Californian wine called Screaming Eagle.
I see. That's why.
Yes, exactly. That's why.
I fixed
it. It comes because the whole purpose of our company is actually to be able to create digital twins and represent, infrastructure, buildings, and the health, and also the health of those. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like pretty much analogous to what you have in the data center kind of digital twin, but applied to buildings.
It makes a lot of sense. Oh no, we have another member of the community of Nandu Valal, who does industrial inspection or similar kind of work where they, create a digital twin and be able to take measurements and scanning to look for imperfections and weaknesses and things like that. It saves a lot of time. Okay, let me see if there are any other good comments here and questions. Let me see. Okay, so this is something coming in from YouTube. Can this be added into the Microsoft Fabric Rayfin or the NVIDIA Omniverse inside Microsoft Fabric? Okay, I don't know if someone wants to tackle this one. I'm not sure I follow it completely. We might need clarification on this, unless you're familiar with Microsoft Fabric Rayfin. Okay, I'm not. All right, so try.
In short, it's they said that it can go from PLY files to USD files. So NVIDIA Omniverse can ingest USD. So bring it into like your Kit app that you've built with Kit app template, or render it out with OVRTX, however you see fit. But I think as long as it can be a USD file, it can fit NVIDIA Omniverse, and we use Fabric in NVIDIA Omniverse. So in theory, I'm just gonna say yes.
Well, I encourage everyone to check out the website. I'll put it up on the screen. I'm showing Item's screen right now. So it's splatgarden.com. I think it's so amazing that you were able to do this and in the amount of time you had, but also in that you were able to publicize and do blogs and just, you know, it's a finished project, which is amazing. And the fact that you're sharing all the insights is even better. So Deborah, you must be very proud of this team.
I am very proud of this team. Yes. And I also want to thank you for allowing us to share this with everyone.
Oh, of course.
It's something that we've worked very hard on, and we're very excited to see people actually playing with it.
It must be fun. Yeah, it must be so rewarding actually. Are you getting feedback from people who are using it now?
We're starting to. So you know, starting to get out there. It's for me, it's also very rewarding to see that they're also completing their research, which is also important. So it's twofold.
Well, speaking of research, if you guys want to hang out a minute, we'll go over some quick news slides because you guys mentioned SIGGRAPH's coming up. Let me share my screen here. Ash, I didn't ask you before. Are you going to SIGGRAPH? Fingers crossed.
Yes, I will be in SIGGRAPH.
Amazing.
Just so everyone knows, I have moved to the Bay Area, and I no longer have to fly 10 hours to get to Los Angeles anymore. So I'm very happy about that. And I have a lot going on at SIGGRAPH, so I will see all of SCAD there, and I will see anybody in the community that is going to SIGGRAPH this year.
That's amazing. And actually, I need to give a proper intro in the beginning. Do you want to tell me what your role is at NVIDIA?
Sure. If anyone doesn't know me, I lead the tech marketing engineering team for NVIDIA Omniverse. So I join these live streams. I teach developers how to be enabled with Omniverse core technologies and how it translates into all the physical AI, from robotics to world building to autonomous vehicles. Whatever Omniverse touches, I'm around it.
Amazing. All right. Well, listen, I look forward to seeing you and the rest of the community too in just a few weeks. Speaking of a few weeks, here's information about the NVIDIA special address happening at next month, July 20th. 3:45. Look at that fan favorite Ming-Yi right in the middle there. Jan Kutz and David Lebuc. I hope I'm saying his name correctly, but you can use that QR code to go to the SIGGRAPH page, or you could just type nvidia.com/SIGGRAPH. But I think it's going to be an amazing conference. You know, NVIDIA always has a strong presence there. We are presenting papers and enjoying everybody's other paper presentations. Lots of great panels. There's a great, Ashley has been involved in panels before, which has been fantastic. There's a similar one. I don't know if it's been officially announced yet, but we're getting together panels for now. But these are some of the main things happening. We've got the special address I just showed. We've got Physical AI Day. That's going to be sessions all around physical AI on July 21st, RTX Rendering Day, Educators Day for maybe some of the faculty at SCAD. It'll be amazing. AI in Production on the 23rd. And Build-A-Claw, which is a huge fan favorite. You can imagine there will definitely be some lobster costumes worn by people. Speaking, especially Jamil, probably. This is great. Use that QR code again, or you can just go to nvidia.com/SIGGRAPH to see everything. And I will say, I think SIGGRAPH is very accessible to people. So if you're on the West Coast, especially in LA, let us know if you're going. We're probably going to plan, nothing official yet, but we're probably going to plan a little happy hour at a local place. So even if you're not going to SIGGRAPH, but you're in the area, just ping me on LinkedIn. I'll loop you into that. We're going to set up a WhatsApp group for people who are going, so we can coordinate activities and chat about what everybody's doing every day. Okay, this link will bring you to our CVPR announcements. There are a bunch. It was amazing. We've been posting this on Discord. I know if you're not following the NVIDIA Omniverse on LinkedIn or on social accounts like X, I highly encourage you to do that to get the latest announcements. We have a nice forum post on all these announcements, but that QR code will bring you right there. And of course, these are our standard resources. Events, which is our Add Event calendar. You can learn about live streams, office hours, study groups, keynotes, all on one page. You can add to your own calendar, just like some of you did for this live stream today with these amazing presenters from SCAD. We have a link to our forums, which is where official support goes. But increasingly, actually, I would leverage the GitHub page for the tech. Go to the issues area. We have our engineers standing by there to help people I can never say enough about our Discord. We got some cool plans in the works for Discord server, actually. So I'll share them more on that news soon. But you can go to NVIDIA, go to discord.gg/NVIDIA Omniverse for our Discord server, or use that QR code. And that last one is just our community page where you can read about some of our ambassadors. But speaking of amazing developers in the community, I can't thank you all enough for coming today and presenting such great information. And thank you, Ashley, for guiding us through. So everyone think about this for a second. I'm going to go around right now. I'm going to ask what you want, the one big takeaway you want people not to forget from today's presentation. I'm going to put Ashley on the spot first because we're colleagues and she's NVIDIA and she can take it. Ashley, what do you think the big takeaway is here?
It is now easier than ever to be a developer and to build. That's it.
Brilliant. All right, mic drop. But Professor, I don't know, Professor, you might be able to come up with something also.
Try to make something even if you don't know how.
Oh, geez. She got you, Ash. All right.
It's a yes and.
Well, Ashley said that it's easier than ever to develop something, and I feel that it's also easier than ever to show it off as well with browser technologies and so on.
Yeah, I agree. This is just fantastic. I can't believe this is all real time on a website. Insane.
Absolutely.
Great work, Item and Dancy. What's your takeaway? What do you want people to really remember, Item?
So go have fun with whatever you're interested in and like just go with it.
I love it. Dancy, you have the last word, so you got popcorn.
I feel like it's similar than with Item, like having fun with the awesome work you did and never stop, just do it.
I love it. Well, I'm so glad you all did it because this was just an amazing show and tell from start to finish. And it was so great to dive into SCAD's amazing program. For anyone who's watching who wants to explore SCAD, just go to scad.edu. There's lots of great information on their program. If you are in Savannah, I highly recommend checking out their campus there. But it's not just Savannah, right? Where else are you? Are you
also in Atlanta?
Also in
and
Atlanta.
There are classes in Lacoste as well.
Okay, that's great. I'm a little preferential to Savannah. It's so beautiful, but Atlanta. I'm sure Atlanta is also great. I have to say, Savannah the Savannah SCAD campus has an amazing, I guess, what would you call it? That experience, the tour experience that basically walks you the history of SCAD and like lots of immersive.
Is it ghost tour?
Yeah, it was so compelling. The room was coming alive. It was like you were at a Walt Disney exhibit.
Yeah, the SCAD story at Petter Hall.
I love it. Ashley, you saw it, right?
I saw it, and at the end, I nearly cried. It was so moving. I really loved it.
It was such a fantastic, beautiful. I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah, I won't spoil it.
If you're in the area, just go. Not even if you're not thinking about telling, just tell them you're thinking about going, even if you're not, because it's worth to see. Even though I think it's open to everybody. Well, thank you, everybody. And thank you, Jesus, for jumping in last minute.
Thank you.
Jesus and I have been, so what happened at GTC Taipei was kind of beautiful. At events like SeaGraph, we try to plan coffee meetups where we'll just meet with people in the community who are there, kind of plan your day and talk about what your big takeaways were from yesterday. Or anyway, whatever that happened, Jesus ended up coming every morning with a bunch of other people, and it became like a breakfast. By the last day, our coffee hours were 2.5 hours long because there was so much conversation. It was just, it really speaks volumes. This is my little takeaway from today. It really speaks volumes of, I think, the collaborative nature of development. And I think that you can learn so much, so many things from other developers, right? Don't be siloed in your work. Try to, and what I saw, companies that, may have synergies, maybe not, they can still learn from each other. It's just, I think we talked about maybe doing a live stream, all of us together. We'd love to have you back. Maybe dive into why you go to some of these events. You traveled all the way from Spain to Taipei. I thought I had bad jet lag.
Yes, that's correct. I just can say and echo your words. I really encourage everyone to join these coffees and meetings whenever they happen and wherever they happen in SeaGraph or in Berlin or next year in San Jose. They are so enriching and you can meet so many incredible people that it's really worth it.
It's great. And my last piece of advice for the students who may be watching from schools, SCAD and elsewhere, get to know your fellow classmates. You will be blown away where some of the people you're sitting right next to are going to be in 3, 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. you're all going to be at amazing places. So the more you keep in touch with each other, the more you can help each other network and with great opportunities. So try to make sure you connect with everybody on LinkedIn. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Ashley, for being my bestie and my co-Edmar. Anytime you want to come back, you are welcome. I want to thank also our team putting together that great build of the week earlier. Deborah, congratulations on an amazing program, amazing class, amazing project.
Thank you.
Tim and Dancy, tell your team we are big fans. We can't wait to see what you all do next. Please don't forget to post about this on LinkedIn so we can share and amplify it. And the future work you do. I think very exciting. I can't wait to see where you're all headed. Until next time, we'll see you on Discord or on the next live stream. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.